It is still the 25th of November, but I'm going to go to bed here before long, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and read chapter 13 of First Nephi. Okay? It's a little bit on the long side. I mean, there's 42 verses. Some of them are long verses and some are short, so maybe it'll be all right. Still trying to figure out what I'm doing. I got a lot of things to figure out. I don't want to live by myself. I was just thinking about that. My dad said that, he didn't want to go and buy another house that was smaller, that was close to family. He wanted to live with family. And I'm kind of at that point, I don't really want to live alone. And I don't want to be in the middle of nowhere with family everywhere else. Like, if I go live at my little house in Kansas, that's right smack in the middle of the United States. So then my daughter and my grandchildren are over there in Pennsylvania, which is on the coast, basically, on the East Coast. And then my family that's up here in Washington, they're on the West Coast. So nothing like being in the middle of nowhere. There's some good things about it, but I don't know. Family's supposed to be all important. I keep saying that. I need to quit that. So I don't know. Now I'm gonna be all hot. I was cold, so I put my sweater on, and now I feel hot because I have my sweater on. And I don't think I want to read and be hot. So away it goes again. Just have to drape it on my shoulders or something. So what shall I do? It is true. My mom and dad, they went to church all their lives, and the church has always been a big deal to them. And basically, that is your family. Okay? I mean, you got your family, but besides your blood family, the people you go and see all the time at church become your family. Okay? Like when dad was going through all his problems, people at church really loved him. I could see it. And they would come and give him stuff, bring him food and just always checking on him. It was really wonderful. And then when he was up at the facility, they would always come and check on him there. And people that knew him from years ago would still be checking on him. They weren't in the same ward, but they were in the same area. So it is pretty cool to have more than just your few little siblings as family. I mean, dad and mom moved around so much. I guess the last 16, 18 years they didn't. But the thing is, when you move around and you're staying active at church, everywhere you go, you meet new people. And then you serve with those people and you form relationships. And then next thing you know, life has passed you by. But everywhere he went, he knew people. He'd already met them. He'd already shared time, service, callings with all these people. Pretty cool. My brothers experienced the same thing. I mean, he's lived where he's living, I think, over 30 years. I don't have the exacts. But those people are there for him. And there's so many of them, you know. There's lawyers and doctors and real estate agents, all kinds of people that you know from church. And they're your friends. So they help you out when you need help. Need a lawyer? Call someone at church. And you know you can trust them too. And a lot of times they won't charge you to help you out. But still, I'm happy for my brother and his family and where he lives, even though it's hotter than you know what. And what would that be? Hades, man. Hotter than hell, okay? If my dad was here, he'd say, "Don't say that!" And my mom would say that, oh my. I tell you people, there's larger fish to fry than someone who says the word hell. I was really quite amazed when, not that it's amazing, but of the old school, you dressed up to go to church. I keep seeing things moving. But when I went to live with Dad this last time, he told me, he said, "I don't care what you wear, just come and go." Instead of having to be in a dress or in a suit and a tie, you know, and all that stuff. You want to dress nice. You don't want to go all cruddy unless you have no other way to go but cruddy. Still, you want to go. Go and partake of the Spirit because it is there. Even in the songs that you sing, it is there. I wonder if I could sing that song. I don't want to sing it. If I sang a song, I would cry. And I don't want to leave what I've got sitting here because I'm going to go ahead and read this. But one of these days soon, I'm going to go to the primary children's songs. Let's see if I can find something I want to share. No. When I sing the primary children's songs, I probably will cry. I know some of them I do. Heavenly Father, are you really there? And do you hear and answer every child's prayer? And I'll stop right there. I shouldn't have sang any of it. I can say the words. I said the words before and got through it. But singing just puts a whole different level on there. And it brings out tears. Some say that heaven is far away. But I feel it close around me as I pray. So you people out there that I be praying to, that I be crying, I'm sorry. But it does, like that little children's song says, it brings heaven close at hand. I mean, I think it's here anyway. We just are not aware. You guys just share some love, that's all. I feel like I need some. So that's also where loving yourself comes in. You know? You need to love yourself. And then we need to find some things that are worthwhile to do with our time. my car, I need to drive it a little bit more, but it sure seems like the brakes are grabbing. So I don't know about that. I can see, like on a bicycle, when you're riding and you push on the brake too hard, you can flip the bike, you know? You picture the car flipping over. Ah! No. Anyway, oh, I'm tired. I'm going to go to bed here before very long, unless something happens. Go to bed and get some sleep. Catch up on some sleep that I haven't had in a long time. Yeah, for the last 2 years, my sleep patterns have been abrupt. Things got all out of whack. Anyway, people, what's the most important thing? I don't know. What is it? The most important thing is that you know who you are. You know what Satan's all about. Because, yeah, he's going to try to tempt you to do all kinds of things. He's not really doing it for your best interest. He's wanting you to fall down. That's so funny. There's things going on that you don't know. One of the notifications I just got was for a reel. One of those reels that I made a couple reels myself. I'm not real good at that, but some people are good at it. There's a ton of reels for Keanu Reeves. And he's one of my favorite guys, so I get him. That one just said, "What is real?" R-E-A-L. That's what we need to know. What is real and what isn't? I find that we talk about the same things a lot. It's kind of interesting. He's a good guy. It's nice to see some good guys out there because Satan has taken over a lot of them. And the women too. Like I said before, I'm not perfect in any way, shape, or form. I want to share what I know or what I believe. Some things I know, people. Experience has taught me. And that little desire to know, to believe, is the beginning. I said that earlier in a different video. I cannot remember all the things and all the words that I want to share. Now I'm cold again. I can't hit a happy medium. I'm either going to be cold or I'm going to be hot. I was thinking of changing into some nice, cozy, warm clothes and going to bed. I got a lot to do. I need to pull out my suitcases and go through them and just donate I don't want to be carrying a lot of stuff around. And it's amazing how fast you can accumulate stuff. Let's say, for instance, I go and live in that house in Kansas. I mean, there is church there that I can go to. And I know some of the people from church there, especially Charlie. I want to say Diaz, but I think that's coming from a TV show that I've seen or something, but it might be their last name. There was some really neat people there. We didn't go to church, me and Joe. And the people in the church, it was more like, I think maybe it was a ward, I don't know. I was going to say it was more like a branch, but I didn't really go, so I don't know. I went to a wedding at that church after I'd moved away. A friend of mine and her fella decided to get married. And they did not invite me because they did not think I would come. And actually, I don't know, she might have invited me, but she would have had me been her bridesmaid, her maid of honor. But she didn't think I'd come that far. So anyway, I ended up coming that far. And seemed like a nice ward house, I don't know. I think maybe I should shut up and start over. Maybe I will. I'm so tired. So far away, baby, you're so far away. Okay, I'm gonna shut her down.